Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to walk you through setting up my Hobonichi Weeks for the month of March. I've not filmed a Hobonichi Weeks monthly plan with me yet, so I thought I would try and give that a go for this month. We're up a little bit late, but you know, it's the process that counts, or at least that's what I'm going with. So I actually do all of my forward planning directly on my monthly, so there's not a whole lot we have to do there, but at the beginning of each month I kind of take all of those high level events, appointments, plans, birth dates, things like that, and I move them directly onto my weeklies. And the first thing I'm doing is I'm actually using a pencil to draw a delineating line within the weekly spreads themselves. On my monthly, I also have a lot of sticky notes. These are Midori sticky notes. I found mine on JetPens. I will leave that information down below if you are looking for something similar for your planner, but most of those are actually work tasks or like high level, like due dates, things like that, that I don't have a specific time scheduled for, but I know what week they're happening. So I'll put those on sticky notes, and then I'm just moving them directly to the weeks that they're happening, and then I will fill in those details once I know them. So on the monthly, I pulled out a Tombow 992, which I'm using as an accent color for this month, highlighted the first because I had the day off, and then layered a couple stickers. I am using Sterling Ink clear matte stickers and a lot of Caffeine and Paper Co. stickers this month. I do have discount codes for both of their shops, so I will leave those listed down below. So I did a little layering to mark my birthday on the 1st, and then now I am reviewing my February to-do list, which is what I use that sidebar margin on the monthly spread for, and just migrating things that I knew I wasn't going to get done that last week of February, and just added them straight to my March to-do list. So I've got those items on there. You'll notice that most of these things are already filled in before the camera turned on, and that's just because this is working really well for me as a pre-planner. So the next thing I do in my monthly spread is I set up my monthly habit tracker. I use this bottom bar section as a habit tracker. It's worked the last few months, so I'm just gonna kind of keep on keeping on with it. I start with the 8th on the right hand page and number through the 31st, and then the 1st through the 7th on the left hand page, and then I'm grabbing the bullet nib of that Tombow 992, and in the bottom corner I just do a dot for each day of the week, draw out a little mini monthly calendar, and I will do like more of a goal specific habit over there that I want to see kind of separated and in a little bit of a different view. So that's kind of how I've been setting up my monthlies over the last few months. So let's move on to the weeklies. So one thing I will say with the Hobonichi Weeks is there is a lot of flipping back and forth for me, where with like a ring planner, for example, I would just pull those inserts out and I'd be able to reference them while I was filling specific ones in. So that is something that's kind of a downside for me, but I'm making it work and I've gotten used to it, and like it just looks a little hectic as you guys are watching versus when I'm actually doing it. So I did that same layering again on the 1st and the 5th. It's a little itty bitty cake sticker from Caffeine and Paper Co. That is from her itty bitty line. So they're like 1/4 of an inch, and they're cut in a circle versus like cut to the shape of the doodle. And I layered that over a beige plaid dot from Sterling Ink to mark a couple birthdays that week. On the first one, I use a Tombow Fudenosuke Brush Pen to letter in birthday, and I actually will go in with pencil first and then go over that with a brush pen, and then later on I'll go back and erase that a little bit later. Pulled the stickers back up on the 1st because I did have that day off, and I just used that Tombow to highlight that day so I could tell like, hey, this is a vacation day, and then plop the stickers back on. And then down below did note that it was actually a vacation day. I don't know why I did like 3 separate things there, but I did, I guess. So next elephant in the room is the pen that I'm using. I have been experimenting with fountain pen. I'm still a fountain pen novice. I know very few things about fountain pens other than that they're a lot of fun, and I feel like I'm finally taking advantage of the Tomoe river paper that the Hobonichi planners offer. They're extremely fountain pen friendly, but as you guys know, I don't like things that smear. So after much experimenting, much researching, I have kind of found the duo that works for me in my system, and that is a Pilot Vanishing Point in Extra Fine. I like that it is a clicky, retractable pen, and I love the Extra Fine is extremely fine. That works out really well for me. The ink I'm using is Atramentis Archive Ink. I will list it down below. You can highlight it. It dries really quickly. You'll see me go in with blotting paper just in case every now and then. I will link the blotting paper down below as well. I don't really have to blot like for this ink, but if I'm feeling impatient, I will. It dries pretty quickly, I'd say in like less than 30 seconds. Okay, so I have said this before, but my planning style is really kind of non-linear. I do a ton of flipping back and forth, and as I put things down, it will sort of like trigger something in my mind for me to go back to the previous week or to the next week, and I kind of just turn the camera on and go with the flow here. But for the most part, what I have been doing is I do a habit tracker and sort of a running inbox on the right-hand side of the page. On the left-hand side of the page, I have two columns. The left-hand column is for my all-day events and appointments, and the right-hand column is for date-specific tasks, notes, memories. And then on the right-hand side of the page where those sticky notes are sitting, I will actually put daily highlights there. So I had 2 more birthdays this week, just marked those in with little stars. I used my Tombow dual brush pen to create a banner, pulled in a sticker from, I think, the Coffee Monsters Co., and then wrote in daylight savings with my Tombow Fudenosuke Brush Tip pen, and I do prefer the hard tip just because I don't have the best control. So moving on to the next week, I had a work deadline that I had noted in my planner, so I am just doing a little bit of layering. I'm using a sterling ink. I think these are her small icon stickers. They're just round, kind of medium-sized transparent stickers. I layered over a do sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark a deadline in that. Honestly, it's going to take up my entire week, so it deserves layering of 2 stickers. We also have a code migration this week, so I pulled in another flag from Caffeine and Paper Co., and I am layering that once more with a sterling ink sticker, putting that on the 16th, and then writing in that I have a migration this week. As I'm going through this, some of these things I will kind of leave on sticky notes because I don't have like a time slot scheduled for that, or it has the potential to float around. So certain things I will leave on sticky notes. Other things I'll come back here in a little bit and then remove the sticky note and write in the event if I like know for sure it's going to happen on that day, or maybe I know the specific time of that event as well. I'll kind of just put them in as I need. And then I will flip back to my monthly to-do list as well and just kind of evaluate those tasks that I've been queuing up there, and then go ahead and kind of determine what weeks I want to tackle some of those items. Not everything on that monthly list gets scheduled. It serves as sort of an inbox, and because my habit tracker is on my monthly, I actually review that list on a daily basis. So if I don't know when I want to do something, I can add it there, or if I need to break something down across multiple weeks, I can kind of do that and like have the overall finish checkbox live on my monthly. That's worked out really well for me. I'm kind of surprised, but I sort of think of all my layouts as like different landing pages for tasks, and where things get done is when it actually happens on a daily log in the back, and the weeklies are kind of just like a visual landing page for like, these are the things I need to accomplish and when I need to accomplish them. So on Wednesday of this week, I once more layered my little itty bitty cake stickers from Caffeine and Paper Co. with sterling ink to mark a birthday. I pulled in a flag from RandiDOTPlans to mark in that will be our 1 year at home anniversary, which is crazy to think. Well, rather 1 year of my husband working from home. So it deserved a flag. That flag was from RandiDOTPlans, if I didn't say that already. And that was my current week. You just saw me writing in that was not the month of March, because I realized, oh darn, I got to do a couple more things to get ready for the month as well. So hopefully this kind of helped you guys see how I've been, planning, moving tasks around, using sticky notes. I feel like every planner has some version of a sticky note planning system. and I am definitely one of those as well. And it's kind of nice because some of these sticky notes I can reuse from month to month if they're kind of like recurring projects for work. That's kind of in a cycle that I'm in now, so I can use them, lay them out, visually see when those deadlines, trainings, things like that are going to be, and kind of, you know, plan for them and then reuse them. So the last thing I'm doing is I'm pulling in a clear elements sticker. This is from Sterling Ink, and I'm popping that in the bottom right hand corner. I've been enjoying adding a little bit of deco to my weekly spreads, but I try and keep them primarily pen, and I feel like Catherine's stickers are just, you know, perfect for my current style in this planner. And as promised, absolutely love this fountain pen ink because I can highlight over it with a Tombow, which we all know I love to do in my planners. And then last thing I'm doing on the first was kind of like doing some letter layering of 28 because I turned 28, crazy enough. But here's March and my Hobonichi weeks. If you have made it this long, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.